2-2 right at the end.
All right, Mikey, we'll get to TFC shortly, but that Riqui Puig goal, I mean, I can't remember a player starting off in MLS so well. 2.5 games, had the assist on the weekend, and then that rocket last night.
Federico Bernardeschi? No love?
Listen, nothing is Bernardeschi, but the quality of the assist, then the quality of that goal, and when he scored it, it's incredible. And not just that, throughout the entire game, he was just bossing that midfield.
Oh, yeah. He looked, as advertised, a player from Barcelona. What is he, 22 years old? And a lot of people were scratching their heads, James, when he did make the move over, because you're looking at it as sort of a step down, in essence. I mean, it is. You're going from Barcelona to the LA Galaxy. However, he's already turned into arguably their most important player. If you look on the pitch, as you're mentioning, every ball they played, it seemed to be through Riqui Puig. And then to have moments of quality, like the pass over the weekend, and then that goal at that time, in that moment, it's not looking like it's a terrible move right now for Riqui Puig, right? It's like
no, and I think MLS needs that success as well, because if you can encourage more talent into the league via loan or otherwise, that's only a good thing for this league and its credibility, I think. So great performance, really good match actually, but it has to have felt like a loss though for the TFC. They should have taken 3 points.
Yeah, they did so well to battle back, against a team like the Galaxy, who are coming in with momentum. Greg Vanney has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder coming back. It's not easy to claw your way back into that game, but they managed to do so in really convincing way. The Jesús Jiménez goal was absolutely massive, and then Bernardeschi going down and winning the penalty to put them ahead. And you feel, everyone's at BMO is ready for a win, and then, of course, that moment of brilliance from Riqui Puig. So especially where we are at this point in the season, the way the clock's ticking, the way TFC, a win yesterday would have drawn them level for a playoff position. And now
that's 2 points, right? Again.
With TFC playing at least a game or two more than everyone else. So.
Yeah, Cincinnati scares me because they have all those games in hand right now as well. Not a great team, but there's so many teams.
Bet you wouldn't have said that at the start of the year.
It's been a crazy year. I don't think we expected the season to unfold the way it has, both across the league and also obviously within TFC as well. It's amazing though, Bernardeschi, even when he has a bad penalty, he's scoring right now. He slips. It could have gone so terribly wrong, but he got the job done in the end. Again, a good performance by him.
Yeah, he's like in terms of producing right now, he's right at the top of Toronto FC, and I believe it's not a stretch to say if by any miracle TFC do go on a run here to find a way to make the postseason, it'll be large in part because of Bernardeschi and what he's managing to do right now for this team. Even if it's at the penalty spot, he's the guy taking the ball and stepping up.
Did he arrive, not to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but did he arrive too late to be considered for MVP votes, do you think, this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit too late?
Yeah, for sure, especially because he started with, he's played 8 games in MLS. By the end of it, hopefully he plays 13. That's not enough of a sample size, especially when you look at what DeRussi's doing.
Yeah, no, precisely.
There's definitely some stronger candidates right now this season, but the good news is that they have him signed long term, and I think this is just him scratching the surface of what he's going to be able to do in this league.
Jesús Jiménez scored the goals you mentioned there. Obviously a big goal for TFC at the time, but for him personally, that's a massive monkey off his back, isn't it?
It's huge. You could tell that was weighing on him and really affecting his confidence level. Even Iowa and all in the same boat in the first half. You can tell there's just something in the back of their mind every time they touch the ball that they have to score. They have to do something. And for him to get that goal yesterday, especially one that drew the team back level a minute after maybe coming onto the pitch, I think that will do wonders for his confidence moving forward. And I think it's probably put him back ahead of Iowa, because right now there's not much rope, right? There's not much room.
No one's dominating right now, right?
Exactly. And there's, right now it's just about results at this point. And for Jesús to find the back of the net, his first goal in 12 league matches, hopefully this is a ripple effect for what's to come.
What's clear though at the moment, let's be honest here, is that defensively there's issues from the goal out. at the moment, be it confidence. I don't know what the reason is, but you look about, what's going to happen for the remainder of this season, and let's fast forward to the off season. That has to be the area that gets discussed more than any other, I would think.
I think so. That and in central midfield, because I think those two play hand in hand much so, right? Central midfield yesterday with no Marc-Anthony Kaye and Jonathan Osorio was very clear that there was quite a gap.
Yeah, we shouldn't underestimate the loss of those two players. I mean, Ozo for 2 games, I think Kaye is 7 games now, I believe, right? Yeah. So, I mean, they're obviously guaranteed starters when they're healthy, and they provide such steel that just isn't there right now.
Yeah, exactly. And as you mentioned, such steel, such stability in the midfield makes TFC a little bit tougher to play against. When you're playing some wingers in the midfield, essentially is what you're doing, it's easy to kind of bully and exploit there in the middle of the park. And I think that's what happened last night. Now, defensively, there's some big questions to ask. I think actually Chris Mavinga has been playing some excellent football lately. Yeah. Now, he's out of contract at the end of the season. The number that he's on, there's no way TFC bring him back at that number. But the way that he's playing recently, I wonder if it's worth taking a look at him at, a much lower number, or is it just time to simply move on and rebuild that whole center back line?
150 appearances for TFC for Mavinga. Yeah. He's been around for a long time, and he's been, at times, pure class at centre back. But you're right, the last couple of years, not so much. But what is that number right now? How old is he now? He's got to be, if not 30, close to.
Close to.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how much he loves Toronto, I guess, right? But he's certainly making a case.
How much Toronto loves him, too.
Yeah, well, that as well, I suppose. Maybe it's time to say, we'll start again at the back and we'll rebuild. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. We discussed on Tuesday about the potential of a Greg Vanney tribute video, right? And we made our opinions known, I think. I didn't see any. Nothing. No acknowledgement. Well done, TFC. I love that. That's great.
You like it?
I do. Like we said before, it should be a tough place to play. Don't give your opponents any edge. And like I said, that's nothing against Greg Vanney and what he did at TFC. Bring him back one day, celebrate him. But I was surprised, put it that way, that there was nothing.
Yeah, I figured there'd at least be some sort of acknowledgement, because this is a guy who brought you your first MLS Cup, right? Brought you to the success you've never had here in Toronto. I didn't like it, personally. I thought it was a little
mean-spirited,
petty.
You would have given something?
I would have given an acknowledgement. Just say,
thanks,
to the
Greg.
crowd.
Like what?
Yeah.
Over the audio?
Exactly.
Over the speaker?
Over the audio, maybe a clip on right before kickoff.
What are you saying? By the way, that well-dressed guy in the sideline over
no
there.
Scarf.
No scarf. No scarf.
No
no
scarf.
picture either. Yeah.
Hey.
He did pretty well here. You would have done that?
Yeah, I think at the very least, just pay some respects to what he has given to this club his first game back. I wasn't a big fan of that. No. But I understand, big game. He focuses all on the game. Maybe you don't want to give them any edge whatsoever. I'm not sure how much of an edge it really gives. Saying,
I don't know. Any edge or something,
back,
right?
Greg Vanney, thank you.
TFC's been too nice for too long. It's time to get nasty again a little bit. Get a bit of attitude, a bit of ego there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all right in football. So anyway, we'll agree to disagree, but I'm right regarding this. All right, Mikey, thanks so much. We're back tomorrow, of course, and we'll get more into Montreal perhaps tomorrow, and just how good are they? They lost last night, of course, but they're looking really good in the East. Are they a genuine contender in MLS? We'll talk about that and much more on tomorrow's Room 442.